let's say we dive in with another reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays book by Gary Goldschneider and Joost Elfers for June 3rd, the day of Fluent Expression. And here we have a picture of a kiwi making a little calligraphy art there, a little curl, a little fluent expression, if you like. Hey, it's today June 3rd, and it's your birthday today. Well, if it is, I just want to say happy birthday. And if you find this video long after your day has already happened, well, I hope you had a happy birthday. And for everyone else who's just joining us out of curiosity, I want to say welcome, and I hope you enjoy yourself. All right, let's dive in. Your month is June. Your day is the 3rd. Your sign is 12 to 14 degrees Gemini of the Gemini II period, the first day of that. And your quality and elements is mutable air. June 3rd. The day of fluent expression. June 3 people have a need to communicate their ideas to others and usually accomplish this through speech. Yet their language, whether spoken or not, is highly original. Sometimes so subtle or ironic that some find it difficult to grasp. On the other hand, when June 3 people get emotional, others may understand them only too well and can even resent their bluntness. And those born on this day would benefit from being at once more lucid and diplomatic in their approach. Not only may the content of June 3 speech be exceptional, but the quality as well. June 3 people can talk a blue streak when excited about a subject, and sometimes their interest continues long after that of their audience has flagged. But when their listeners are deeply involved, those born on this day have the energy to hold their attention. June 3 people generally do not allow much for compromise, and whether upholding the status quo or going against it, they are equally ferocious in defending or promulgating their viewpoints. June 3 people are thus easily drawn into debate and discussion, and are often found boldly making their opinion known, even when unsolicited. Rarely, if ever, do those born on this day give way in an argument. June 3 people are mentally oriented and quick-witted, but are not above using physical presence to get their point across. Both men and women are usually seductive, however, rather than intimidating. A June 3 person can ask for his or her arguments to be considered on logical grounds, but in another mood may summarily give orders and leave it at that. Indeed, they can be quite tyrannical when aroused on a sensitive issue. It is better to let them cool down than oppose them when they are in such an emotional state. If there is one thing that June 3 people will respect, it is a well thought out and delivered verbal argument, whether or not they agree with it. Those who wish to sway them should keep this in mind. In truth, those born on this day respond better to a velvet touch than a gloved fist, and may even be bribed with a favorite pleasure if approached properly. June 3 people can be any combination of witty, ironic, or sarcastic, particularly when annoyed. Their words cut like a knife and can devastate the feelings of those close to them. And they may not realize the full extent of their powers in this area, and therefore need to stay more in tune with how their loved ones are reacting to them. The worst punishment for those born on this day is to be ignored. Silence and tuning out can be employed with great effectiveness against June 3 person, but this weapon must be used sparingly. If merely seeking to get a rise out of them, one may get a more violent response than bargained for. And those born on June 3 do not take kindly to being slighted either, and their reactions may be both extreme and lightning swift. All right, let's move on to those born on this day. But don't click away too hastily. Just advance in the chapters if you're more interested in your numbers and planets and the tarot and health, etc. But I find it important to dive in with those born on this day so we know what company June 3 people are in. All right, we've got Josephine Baker, the dancer, film actress, entertainer, devoted life and resources to adopting children of various nationalities. We have Jefferson Davis, the American soldier and Southern Confederacy president. He was captured by Union soldiers. Tony Curtis, the film actor. Allen Ginsberg, the beat poet, famous for Howl. Paulette Goddard, film actress, married Charlie Chaplin and Burgess Meredith. Jan Pearce was an operatic tenor. Maurice Evans, a British stage actor. Colleen Dewhurst, a stage TV actress. Elaine Resnas, a French film director of Hiroshima, Mon Amour, and Last Year at Marienbad. We also have Dakota Staton, a jazz singer. Raoul Duffy, who was a French painter, illustrator, designer, and a muralist. Ibrahim Hussein, a Kenyan distance runner and a New York Marathon and 3-time Boston Marathon winner. We also have Elizabeth Kuntz, a teacher, first African-American president, National Educators Association. We have Curtis Mayfield, who's a singer, songwriter, guitarist of Impressions and scored the film Superfly. We have Susie Quattro, a singer, bass guitarist, songwriter. Tomas Darnier is a Hungarian Olympic 4-time gold medal winning swimmer and the world 200 and 400 meter medley record holder. We have Leo Gorcey, film comic, leader of the Bowery Boys. We have Hale Irwin, golfer and oldest player to win the U.S. Open and 19 PGA victories. We have George V, 20th century British king and gave up German titles. Martha Clark, choreographer and improvisatory dancer. All right, let's move on to your numbers and your planets. Those born on the 3rd of the month are ruled by the number 3 and by the planet Jupiter. Those ruled by the number 3 generally seek the highest positions of their particular sphere and have a love for independence, strengthened for June 3 people by being Geminis. Jupiter lends an optimistic and expansive social outlook to those ruled by the number 3, but fails to sway the ironic and somewhat cynical attitude of those born on June 3. Here is your tarot. The 3rd card of the major arcana is the Empress, symbolizing creative intelligence. She is the perfect woman, the ultra-feminine Mother Earth nurturer, who is our dreams made real, our hopes and aspirations embodied. Her steadfast qualities are a positive reminder for June 3 people. And this card represents positive traits of charm, grace, and unconditional love, and the negative traits of vanity and affection, and affectation, rather, as well as being unable to accept imperfection. So that little typo I just had there, a little June 3 people went like that. All right, here is your health. Those born on June 3 may be difficult to drag to a doctor. If, however, the arguments for going are well-founded and reasonable, they will listen. The health of June 3 people is generally sound, and with regular yearly checkups, minor chronic difficulties can be diagnosed before they become major difficulties. Moderate exercise, such as walking and swimming, is recommended. And since they bore easily, June 3 people are happiest with a widely varied diet that incorporates lots of culinary surprises. That's right. Okay, here is your advice. Beware of overconfidence. You can't talk your way out of every situation. Mind your hot temper and leave others to their own devices when possible. Words can hurt and show more understanding and compassion. And here is your meditation. If you want to get to know yourself, climb on the nearest streetcar. Let's move on to your strengths and your weaknesses. Your strengths: you're verbal, you're convincing, and you're witty. And your weaknesses: domineering and forgetful. Your season is spring. Your zodiac sign is Gemini, of the Gemini II period specifically. And your quality and elements is mutable, air. And this has been June 3rd, the day of Fluent Expression, from The Secret Language of Birthdays book by Gary Goldschneider and Joost. I have an affiliate link down in the description for this book if you're interested in learning more about your signs and your, what else we got in here? Your seasons and such. But hey, you're supporting the channel if you shop through that link or if you purchase the book, and I greatly appreciate it if you do. Hey, did this speak to you one way or the other? Let me know down in the comments. I'm interested to find out. I didn't think mine necessarily spoke to me, but some friends kind of, they must have been June 3rd. They had to argue against my feelings that it wasn't true, and they kind of brought me around. So I had to put the ego down, and I agreed with a little bit more of it than I thought I did. And then what else we got today? Oh yeah, if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. For everyone else who joined us out of curiosity, well, I hope you enjoyed yourself and you come back for your birthday reading. In any event, take care of yourselves and have a good one.